Good morning. I am super excited because I can't remember if it was for the Black Friday or Cyber Monday sale, but Fenty Beauty had a sale on their foundation, and so I got a new shade that I've been waiting to try out. I had the Fenty 470, which works kind of, but then when it dries, it's just a tad too dark. But now I've got Fenty 460, which is redder, and I'm redder. Actually, let's put them next to each other. Yeah, it's redder and a little bit lighter. So I think that should work. So we're gonna use that today. I had already moisturized my face, but I haven't primed, so smidge that off real quick. Yeah, now that's dry, you can see that's just, I mean, it would work, but in a way it just was a little bit off. So I'm hoping this one will be even better. And I still use my 470. It's about, yeah, about halfway. But now we got 460. If that doesn't work, I can't remember, but I think my next choice would have to be 440. I think 430 is too light, but this should do. Let me prime. Use the last of my Laura Geller, and I'm like seriously using the mess out of this. I really like it, and I also don't like to give up on things until they're completely gone. And as per usual, I moisturize with grapeseed oil. I'm going to conceal with my Revolution Makeup Conceal and Define. Oh, and my son turned on the TV, so I do apologize for the background noise. That should be good enough. The Fenty Beauty has pretty good coverage. I'm gonna set my concealer. I'm gonna try to not use so much though, because the Fenty is pretty matte. I haven't worn it in a while, but I remember it being pretty matte. I'll just brush off that excess. Oh, and today my son is watching Milo Murphy's Law. It's by the same people who do Phineas and Ferb. That was my son's hand. And Weird Al Yankovic has a voice part in this show, which makes it just that much more awesome to me because Weird Al rocks. So if you haven't seen Milo Murphy's Law, check it out. If you haven't seen Phineas and Ferb, where have you been? Because that show's good too. Okay, so now we are ready. I have problems, but I've been wanting to try this again for a while, but I don't shop at Sephora, and I don't like paying for shipping, but with their sale, it covered the shipping. I know I could have bought more, and shipping would have been free, but I only wanted to buy the foundation right now. And I forget, don't put it in the brush. My brush eats up everything. It's probably way too much, but whatever. I think that's pretty good. I'm just gonna use, there's a little bit left on the cap here. I'm just gonna take that and put that here. Interesting scent to it. I don't know really what it is, but I think my niece explained it in a way that makes sense to me, but may not to other people. A baby doll. Certain dolls that are scented like baby scented. I mean, it's not like baby powder, but it really does. It smells like a baby doll head, if that makes sense. It's really nice. It's very comforting, very familiar. Not at all overwhelming, not overly sweet, not overly strong. Go. Today we are concealing with, I don't know, I have two ColourPop concealers. This one is not Deep Dark 56. I think it's Deep Dark 50, but my sticker disappeared. But the other one is my skin color, and this one is my highlight color. I'm actually quite excited to do a wear test because I haven't worn my Fenty shade in quite a while because I was trying out some other new foundations, and I got my Fenty 470 before I started doing videos, so now I can actually do a wear test and share it for anybody who might be wondering about shade 460, which is actually why it took me so long to actually get this shade, is because I really didn't see much out there with 460 and I wasn't sure how it would work for me. People were saying it was too red, but a lot of things that people think are too red work for me, as long as they're not warm red. Okay, so now we're going to set with my Ben Nye Pretty Pink powder. Okay, while that's setting, we'll do my eyes. I'm trying to free up space, so I'm going to use my e.l.f. Pro eyeshadow primer since it's running out, and that way I can just get it off my cart. I keep saying it's got one more use, and then it seems to have another. And so I'm not sure how much I have left in there, but this is my last tube. So we'll be done with this one soon. I'm going to miss it. It's good. And I'm really happy with this Python green, even though I don't have the mirrored palette to put it in yet. So we're going to be using this again. This is the Python green from Coastal Scents. Shade's hot. And that's going to be my starter color. As far as my planning went, okay, we'll go into Deep Roast by Coastal Scents for my crease. And I'm just fanning that out a bit for a bit of a transition as well. Okay, now that we've got my crease deepened, I'm going to go into Prehistoric Green, also by Coastal Scents, and try to keep that on the transition, but back in frame. But I was just saying that I'm putting that on my transition area, and I don't care if it goes into my crease though, because I just wanted my crease to be deepened. I don't care if it's brown or not. One of these days I will find another thing to use for my alarm instead of my phone when I'm doing recording, but I need something that I keep next to me because I have time management issues. Oh, and I accidentally covered up some of my underbrow. So I just wiped off my brush. Oh, yeah, give it to Daddy. So I was just wiping off some of that. And then we'll go back over that with the Python green. So that's where we're going with that. And now I'm wetting my brush using the MAC Fix Plus because I'm trying to use up the last of it. That's another thing I can clear off my cart once I've gotten that out of the way. And I'm using the shade Gunpowder by Coastal Scents. I really need to stop swiping at the sides of my eyes when I have wet makeup on there. I don't know why I do that, but it's there now. Now I'm wiping off my wet brush. Trying to make it look like that was on purpose. That's good enough. Okay, now I'm going to use more Python green on a wet brush. So we're gonna wet my brush. And my son left for school and left the TV on. And I don't know where the remote is to turn it off. Anytime that I'm not talking, I will just mute my video when I'm editing. Oh yeah, now we're using the brush dry just to put more of that Python green and those wet spots. I'm wiping off my brush. I have a towel on my lap. I'm not just wiping it on random. And then just blending that. I use Regalia Purple by Coastal Scents. I actually really like it. It just doesn't fit in the palette I have with the mirror right now, so I never use it. And I'm using the same brush, which I wiped off, but it may still have some green residue. I don't care, because it's green. I'm just putting that in like the outer third. And then, now that we have that there, I'm just going to bring it up to the crease about halfway, and then down onto my lash line. And then just buff out anything that's, scraggly is not a word. Well, it is, but not the word I should be using. I don't know. And then we're also bringing it down to my lower lash line. As usual, that went a little heavier than it was supposed to. This is totally not a daytime look for work, but whatever. Okay. I made that a little much. For some reason, the makeup wipes that I found today are dry, so I'm just gonna a little bit of rose water, freshen up my makeup wipe. I have 30 minutes, so I need to get out of here in like 10, because that's the way life's been working lately. So I gotta hurry. Just got my mirror all wet. I'm just gonna reconceal. And I know that's why a lot of people do their concealer after their eyeshadow, but I have to do mine in order of priority. So if I don't have time to do eyeshadow, I just don't do eyeshadow. But I always want to do my concealer. So concealer first it is. That works, right? And so I'll put a little bit more setting powder on that. Okay, while that is doing its thing, we're going to the Juvia's Place Saharan Blush Volume 1. I'm going to use my fluffy brush in Zane, of course. And we're going to use Abby for Contour Blush. My cat is over here looking at me like I'm crazy. I don't know why. I'm going to use my Ben Nye deeper powder. Can't remember which one it is still. Keep meaning to look it up, but now I don't have time. I'll do that real quick. And then we use my bigger brush, of course, for here. And actually, while I was moving things around on my face, I decided that I do need a little bit of shimmer. It's not shimmer, that's just pasty. So I'm going to use Bay Breeze by Colored Rain. Well, it appears my son was watching something pre-recorded, so the TV stopped for a bit because this episode was over. Yay! And I like the show, but I didn't need a sound in the background. Okay, much better with the finger. And just a cleaned off brush. Just wiping that out. Cleaning it up a bit. And we are good there. I'm gonna wipe off what's left of the bake. I go in with my Ben Nye Nutmeg for my all-over powder. Okay, so some days I set my face with the RC May powder. I try to do it most days, but I'm not doing it today for two reasons. One, I really don't think I have the time to spare. But two, I shouldn't really need to with the Fenty, I don't think. At least since it's November, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to use a setting spray, and that's it. So I didn't even use my rose water, oops. When I'd already put moisturizer in my hair earlier, which is why you see it doing that thing. I put moisturizer in my hair before I started. I was just giving it time to sink it. Okay, and I do not want to take risks with time, so I will put on eyeliner and mascara once I get to work, if I find out I have time before I clock in. Same with lips. So this is it for today. Oh, no, I do have time real quick. It's always time for highlighter. I love highlighter. Okay, that's it, bye. I did not remember to check in yesterday, and I actually fell asleep with my makeup on, so I don't have any results, I guess, to share. And actually, you know, just as an update, I just don't have anything to post, but it did work out well. I fell asleep with my makeup on. I woke up around 4 a.m. and my makeup was still intact. I mean, I had a little bit of transfer onto things, but my face was still intact. You couldn't actually even tell where the transfer came from. I had minimal oil breakthrough. So, yeah, that worked out well.